So we have seen lot of these dhyana groups, but their tummy is not alive because the guts microbes control your brain. So simple, very straightforward. What it means is that in the last 100 years, the food has been corporatized. The food corporate companies are deciding what you eat and how you eat. And all over the world, they have been rubbed upon, rather forced upon. And can you believe all the world eats rice, wheat and sugar? Wheat doesn't grow. It grows only in cold places. That too if you give lot of water and fertilizer. But now, so whole world has to eat wheat. While doing this, they have patented the seeds. So the food that everyone eats for the last 100 years, unless you give them money, you are not going to eat. And all the governments in the world have to pay subsidies for these companies. India alone writes 2.9 lakh crores of rupees to the companies in the name of farmers. That means they are giving farmers this money, but it is going directly to the exchequer of these companies. And they seem to supply you the fertilizers because they are all patented and all kinds of. So now you are eating wheat for rupees 50 or whatever, 30 or 50. It is subsidized so much that if you really calculate the amount of water supply, the fertilizers, each kilo is 3,000 and above. And who has paid this money?
Government.
Who gave the money to government?
Tax.
Your tax. So that means you have paid the money already and you are thinking you are getting for 30 rupees wheat. Am I making sense? Has it occurred to you that the wheat that you are eating really costs 3,000 rupees? You have already paid for it. Every fellow in India has paid the money already. We grow 133 million tons of wheat in India alone. That just in that Punjab area. Is anyone from Punjab area? She knows what I'm talking. Just 30, 40 years ago in Punjab, from this end to that end, anywhere you go and just take your hand, and if you are strong, you just push it into the soil, water is there. That's why it's called Punjab. 5 rivers just flowing underneath. So much. It's like water's belly, any amount of water. Lo and behold, in the last 40 years, now we need to dig 1,000 feet. We have evaporated all the water from the aquifers that is formed. Now ISRO, we have a new technology. They said next 12 years only water can last. So that means India has to start find something if you want to have food security. Same story in California. They have emptied the aquifers. Every year now, California is facing summer fires. I believe you noticed last week it was heaviest. But every year it is happening. It is just things do not come out into the main media. So many farmers are facing trouble. Even in California, where the farmers are very less in number. Everything is corporatized. And these guys do not have any clue. They don't bother about. So the reserves of nature have been emptied. Okay? Rice, wheat, sugar. I think almost 140 lakh tons of sugar is made. you don't need a single milligram of it. Because whatever you eat has to become glucose after digestion. And it is glucose that carries all life forms on this planet. Burning glucose in your mitochondria, you release carbon dioxide and ATP, biological battery called adenosine triphosphate. So unless you make ATP, you do not live. And the proof of it is when you make ATP, carbon dioxide is released. That means we are burning glucose with oxygen that you take in. And then the carbon dioxide produced in each and every cell has to be collected. You release. So take in, take out. Oxygen is going in, carbon dioxide is coming out. So if I now press your mouth and nose for 3 minutes, in America actually, you want to commit suicide, they sleep in the car, in the garage and on the car. By morning they are dead. This is very common suicidal technique. So what does that mean? You have wonderful food, it produces energy to live, at the same moment it is producing toxic morbid waste and it has to be carried out. And that's the reason why persons like GK say watch your breath. Oxygen is going, carbon dioxide is coming out. Even if it stops for 30 seconds, you are gone. So that's where your life is. So you watch that. That's what they're talking about. Just watch it. I don't have time. Run around. I was telling nurse, so many cars, going, so much traffic. Everyone is running around. We don't know what we are running for. That means you don't have time to take the breath properly. In fact, he said natural sahajati. If you actually take deep breaths and then pull it out, you are cleaning your body. In fact, that's what is meditation all about. You have to remove the toxic morbid waste, and this is what happens. Mala, Mutra, Sweda, Nigra. These are 4 activities that your body does on a regular basis, and if you don't do even one, your sickness starts. So what happened in the last 80 years or so, people started eating rice, wheat, sugar, and as if that is not enough, following this Western thought process, oh, we were hunters and gatherers, so start eating meat as soon as you are born. Everyone started eating meat. Now protein, you need 1 gram protein per 1 kilogram body weight. You are 60 kilos, you need to have 60 grams of. So 100 gram of meat has 16 grams of protein. So how much? 16 into approximately 4 times. So you need to eat 400 grams of meat to get protein. And so much so that all the world, almost even in India, villages also, you get protein when you eat meat. Where did this protein come from for all the animals, whether you eat pig or chicken or cow or whatever, or you eat yourself, even that meat. Okay? 16 grams protein only. 100 grams. And where did this protein come from originally for all these animals? It came from plants. And that's why GK is telling eat plant food. You have everything that you need, your body needs are completely met by food coming from plants. Hey, no, I have to feed my baby milk. I have IVF and I make cow give 40 liters. This is miracle, white revolution. So I start feeding my baby even before your mother milk dries up. You start giving the dairy milk to your babies. Cow gives milk for whom?
Cow's babies.
Calf.
Cow's babies.
For the calves.
Calf.
Why are you drinking? Because this technologist, biotechnologist, this fellow said, it's good for you. You have calcium in it. Oh, calcium in it. Drink. Trillion liters are prepared on this planet. All cows, IVF, in vitro fertilization, there are no bulls left. All are the slaughterhouse starting. And then this milk is fed to the boys and girls that are born. Even before 6 months are over, the mother stopped feeding babies in Europe and America. Even 6 weeks, that's all. Then go to nursery, give the milk. Right? We have a lot of milk. Then look, within 10 years, girls in Europe and America started menstruating at the age of 10.
India.
Then another 5 years, and coming to India. This has happened here first. So chronologically. Next 5 years, 6-year-old girl started menstruating. Now we have in our clinic, 4-year-old girl starts menstruation. Because the same cows, the same technology, the same steroids, the same antibiotics, because it's a business. And all the gynecologists in the world still today have not asked a single question. Why the girls are menstruating? Okay, that forget it. All at a sudden, in that area of 1975 to 85, women started having upper lip mustache. No problem, go to beauty parlor. Queues of beauty parlor. So much so now in India, in our villages and small towns, we have beauty parlors. So whatever they do is science, and it has to be pushed onto all over the planet, because they are doing it in large centralized productions, and they process it, ultra process it, and make you believe that that is good for you. So Green Revolution, they spun and started doing the same thing for rice and wheat, which does not have a single iota of fiber. Why do you need fiber? We don't need fiber. Remove it, polish it. And wheat has 1.2 grams of fiber actually. Oh, that's not good. So bleach it, make atta. And then you have baking industry. And they have fat in these slaughterhouses left out after you eat meat. If you have 300 kilos pig, do butcher it and do all that, and then you get approximately 200 kilos of meat that you can eat, and remaining 100 kilos you cannot eat. There's a skin and this and that. So tons and tons, 92 billion pigs are killed every year. You are able to hear? Kalpana? Okay. How many pigs? 92 billion pigs. 258 billion chicken. 200 billion for cows, 200 billions for meat. Oh, we are Muslims, we don't eat pigs. Oh, we are Hindus, we don't eat cows. But all are eating the same thing because they are all fed soybean and sweet corn. That's what is the animal feed all over the world. Then Chinese, we don't know what they do inside their country. They are feeding dogs, anything. And this is what is going on, nothing else on this planet. So you are eating rice, wheat, and all at a sudden, Kareena Kapoor comes. I just was watching one of this IPL. Sunday I'm on the cow one day. I'm feeding my kids. So all started. Each. What is this?
Fan.
Oh no need. Don't worry.
Sorry.
We'll sweat a little bit.
Venkat Petla.
Because that starts making noise.
No, there is no noise.
No,
Noise cancellation pen.
Modernized.
okay, that's good. Very nice. Oh, it's okay. So where are we?
Venkat, oscillate.
Huh? I don't know who told her, Sunday or Monday, cow one day. Let us keep eating eggs. And how are the eggs produced? You have another 250 billion poultry industry. Every day each chicken gives minimum of 5 to 10 eggs. Tapuk, 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 we are collecting. Because they are injected, again IVF, steroids, antibiotics. So you think you are eating eggs. You are eating concentrated steroid residues and antibiotics. So when you start eating this artificial milk, your hormone imbalance is screwed up. No problem. Oh, just testosterone levels are a little high. I will give you another steroid to screw up some more. So you have now all over the world women, I'm confused, girls becoming women at the age of 4, 5, 6, you call them women at the age of 6, and it is happening. I'm not talking in air. And this so-called health industry doesn't even bother to acknowledge these incidents. And we have 70% of girls now menstruating, average age is 9 on this planet, including so-called underdeveloped, developing countries also. You go to Nigeria, everyone is eating bread and meat and drinking this milk. Oh, it's not enough because we are not selling enough of milk. Let's do paneer. Concentrate and make cheese. You have some enzymes called rennet in the bowels and the intestines of bovine, that is cows and take that enzyme and put it in the milk. You make all the protein just becomes coagulates and you get paneer. So if you take 10 liters, you get 1 kilo paneer. Paneer is good for you. Paneer tikka, paneer this, palak paneer, everywhere paneer. Everywhere cheese. Before a month I went to Hyderabad. On the road, dosa, paneer dosa.
Cheese dosa.
Cheese dosa. Can you believe? And all over the world, these corporate food materials have to be sold in large quantities. So much so that in India, in a remote village where there is a marriage function, you have palak paneer. And then sweet corn in the ಕೋಸಂಬರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಸಂಬರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಕಾರ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಸಂಬರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಾ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸು ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಿಸಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟೀಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಟು ಸೌತೆಕಾಯಿ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ that's also gone. You see, this is how and what are they telling these experts? Hey, you guys are all eating primitive food. Here we have premium food. And no expert from the other side, doctors, have any comments about it. This is so obvious. In fact, this is what happened way back in 1986 or 86, 87, a long time. 87 October or so. I went to America first time after finishing my PhD. This is what happened. I saw a girl, a 6-year-old, gazing into the space because she doesn't know what is happening. For the last 3 weeks she was bleeding and the mother brought her to the hospital. And then I asked the mother what happened. And this girl is menstruating and they are not able to stop the bleeding. We already have given 2 injections and so it's not stopped. So I went there to the hospital because they asked me to get your fitness certificate. First time, that time medical certificate is to be given.
Correct.
So I went to the hospital, they made me sick for half an hour in this, another half an hour service. So they take my blood once, then they check and all that, and they make a certificate. So I was there in that reception hall for more than 2 to 3 hours. So and I watched that girl, then another girl comes. In that 3 hours I had met 6 girls, the same time. Then I asked her, oh, this is very common, 9 years. So by then, America started drinking this milk, giving the milk for babies. They stopped feeding babies. They don't feed babies. After 6 weeks, gone. Mother is gone somewhere and this is the social whatever. And that, if were to be stopped there, it's okay. Now in India, we have the same. 4-year-old kids are coming menstruation. And no clue. No clue. You go to the doctors, they will give more steroids. And it is the hormonal imbalance because of this stupid milk. Oh no, we are very happy. We have beauty parlor business, $1 billion business. No expert bothers about it. They don't even ask questions. So the rice that you ate is flooding your blood with glucose, making your blood thick and causing BP, because the thickened blood you cannot pump as easily as, so you should have 5 grams per liter in your bloodstream. Now, morning, idli, dosa, everything is made of this rice and wheat, and your blood is flooded because there is not even a single bit of fiber to hold back and release the glucose slowly and steadily. And that's what should happen. Any food that you eat should release glucose slowly and steadily into your bloodstream. There should be regulation. Who will do the regulation? The food has to do the regulation. Now, the food, processed food, ultra-processed food, ultra-processed foods. No time. As soon as you eat, the sugar flood into your bloodstream. So how much? I recently went to Gujarat to give a lecture. Very nice morning, half kilo jalebi. Breakfast.
Oh dear.
So 30 grams of glucose. And then cup of coffee. And people who are drinking cup of coffee in India, as soon as they come here, all the software goes, coffee of mug.
అక్కడ చిన్న కప్పు ఇక్కడ పెద్ద
పెద్ద mug. And there you drink morning once or evening once. Here no time. As soon as, the coffee machine fill it, drink it. Coffee machine fill it. You see how these corporate people are making these habits. And this coffee is not normal drink. It has got caffeine. You get addiction. It's an alkaloid. Just like chocolate. Chocolate has got theobromine, another alkaloid. So if you give your kids 2-3 days chocolate, next day he wants the chocolate. He will make hell out of the time and then make you give chocolate. Not only that, I want that chocolate. Now all of a sudden, if not Kareena Kapoor, some other Kapoor comes, dark chocolate. Heavy duty ads. Then, oh, dark chocolate is very good for you. Kilos people are taking for chocolate. Then in India, oh, my son lives in Switzerland. We have got the chocolate from Switzerland. We give the kids. And these are the narratives that are built, and you are spoiling your gut because all this excess sugar, steroids kill the microbes in your gut. Am I making sense? Are you connecting
Yes,
the
we are
dots?
connecting.
Oh, all of a sudden I have gastric problem. Oh, brr, oh. Hey, this fellow has gastric. Go take pantoprazole, Rantac, Bantac. 18 tons of Rantac and pantoprazole is sold in just Bangalore alone. And I don't know the data for overall India, and in the Western countries, constipation is, they don't go to toilet every day. 2 days, 3 days, if they go, it's very good. You should go twice in a day. Now they are saying 2 to 3 days once is okay. So okay, this has become norm. Because your food has no fiber, your gut has no microbes, and your bowels are not moving. Your colon is getting dirty day by day, so much so that we have colon cancers almost up to 18% of all the cancers we take. You see, where did I start? Where are we going? And these are all facts, medical, so-called medical facts. Now I have BP, go to the doctor, take this tablet. Sir, how long should I take this? How long? Lifelong.
Lifelong.
I have thyroid problem. Sir, how long should I take? Life. Sir, I have diabetes. Take life. Sir, my kidney, don't worry, take this tablet. Lifelong. You heard the testimony. So it's not one disease. Now he has BP, he has sepsis, he has diabetes, he has cholesterol. He's taking, she doesn't know how many tablets he is. And it's not one case. Almost every case transmutes into multi-organ problems. So no, we have multi-specialty hospitals. And increasing day by day. In the last 35 years, multi-specialty hospitals' rate of growth is 1800%. What is this 1800%? Means 1800 times it is growing. Now we have no problem with it. So you are going to the doctor, what are you getting? Tablets. And then MRI scan, CAT scan, PET scan. I don't know what more scans are going to be. CAT to PET to, next maybe dog scan. What are we doing? Nothing you are doing, because you continue to hog this food and become addicts. And then run around hospitals and they are distributing you tablets. Are they giving you help? Steve Jobs worth $1 trillion when he died. Pancreatic cancer. 800 doctors, 8 months. So if you think multi-specialty, all the hospitals' technology they used, poor fellow he died. What? Khadar, what are you talking? He's the richest fellow, you're saying poor fellow. You can have all the wealth in the world. You have no health, you are poor. As simple as that. Isn't that what you say anywhere, any culture? If someone has health problem, poor fellow. Am I making sense? So if you can control the release of glucose into your bloodstream, all these diseases can be reversed. We have shown you. In fact, we had type 1 diabetes, gangrene patient, autoimmune diseases. Any disease you name, we have tabled. We can show the PDF.
PDF.
This is PDF.
The PDF is in English, Kannada, Telugu, all that, and there is a QR code scanner. Please scan it. You will get all the books in all languages. And there is no copyright, there is no copyleft, there is no patent. Please download free. You can just cure all these so-called big diseases in your kitchen. So really, where did you lose your health? Where did you lose your health? In the kitchen. Where are you searching?
Somewhere else.
In the hospitals, not somewhere else. Huh? So, you see the paradox? You have lost your phone in that and then you search it. Are you doing anything right? Is this science? But then all these fellows are going on shouting on top of the, we have advanced scientific techniques, we have AI assisted operations, what not. Have you cured one diabetic case? Have you removed one patient from tablets taking for BP? Have you removed one thyroid case? Not, isn't it? So, if you balance your glucose, if you balance your microbes, if you balance your hormones, and that's what your food has given you, imbalance of glucose, imbalance of microbes, imbalance of hormones. So will you please change your food tomorrow onwards?
Yes.
If you do it next 6 months to 1 year, then what is the result, you know? You can bid goodbye to the doctors. How long? Lifelong. Are you interested in taking tablets, scans for lifelong? And are you interested in bidding goodbye to doctors lifelong?
Goodbye to the lifelong. Goodbye to
You are thinking. Wait. You take another 5 minutes, huh? I really want to know the answer. Yes, that should be our objective. And I believe we have found a way. So what you do, you take 5 grams of any of these wonderful grains. What are these grains? How did you come across? These are the grains the humans have been eating for time immemorial. Recently we found archaeological diggings, the reminiscence in your dental that skull, 178,000 year old. Of course, I have my own doubts about these fellows' carbon dating techniques. They said it was 10,000 years ago. After 2 years, the same sample, this fellow said it is 1 lakh years ago. So that much. So whatever it is, old, let us say, ancestral times, ate this millets only. Because millets are C4 grasses that grow everywhere on this planet. They don't require water, they don't require fertilizers, they don't require pesticides. It is these grasses that you have hectares after hectares, the green meadows of any desert. Just after you come out of desert, you have green meadows, thousands and thousands of acres. We just, Chanakya Garu took me to Stony India. You see, all around that, what is growing actually is C4 grasses. No water is required. They can absorb water from the, not rain, atmosphere. If humidity is 40%, that's good enough. So the clouds are passing by and the atmosphere became humidified. The clouds have gone. No rain. But just the 40% humidity is enough, they absorb. Who helps that? The grasses of these plants have got aquifying bacteria adhere to the grasses. So this is the wonderful arrangement God has made. So you don't have necessity to make Punjab dry. Now if in Punjab we grow in that place millets, next 5 years we'll fill the aquifers. Because the absorbing capacity, if it rains, the roots make the water go down to sea, deep sea. So now if you give me that 12 years water, I will grow millets for 600 years for you. That means the kilogram of millets to grow requires 200 to 300 liters of water. That is, being a scientist, I did this experiment. So, starting from sowing till I harvested, I have kept track of the water. When it rains, we have calculated if this much rain has come, and then we have collected the water under a pit, how much water is come. So we have calculated to grow 1 kilo of this millet grains, you need 300 liters of water. Now to grow 1 kilo of rice and wheat, 8,000 to 10,000 liters of water. Say 10,000, approximately 250 liters. So in 1,000 liters, we grow 4 kilos. In 10,000 liters, 40 kilos. So 1 kilogram of rice or wheat is equal to 40 kilograms of millets. So you can take 40 kilograms of millets, 1 kilogram of rice or wheat is produced. So now 40 kilograms of millets, each millet can feed 10 to 12 people. So 40 into 10 into approximately 10. So 400 people can be fed in 1 kg of rice. How many people can eat? 5 fellows will finish. So 400 into divided by 5, you have 80. That means the efficiency ratio is 1:80. That means if you can feed one person on this planet, I can feed with this 80 people. Now they are telling they are feeding 8 billion people and food is short. So how many people I can feed? 80 billion people. So all these green revolution experts said we have no food, we have less food, we need to find yield increasing thing, and then made all this golmaal and made all these diseases. So who is manufacturing diseases? Your food is manufacturing diseases. So centralized production of food. This food industry is actually spewing out 10 billion tons of carbon dioxide every year. And then you are saying global warming, global warming. All these other activities is only $3 billion carbon dioxide. Now who will produce electric car? Who will do this? Who will do that? For what? Here, keep on producing and don't talk about it. All the environmentalists, oh, green energy, that energy, solar energy, wind energy, ha. But here, eggs and things are produced so much so that the fertilizers, pesticides are found in the blood of penguins. What are penguins? Flightless birds. Where are they living? In South Pole. Nothing to do with you, bylaws. But you are giving cancer to these birds. To make your pigs, chicken, cows, what does the planet do? 1,600 million tons of soybean. 1,600 million of that popcorn you are popping in your mouth when you go to movies. I'm serious, because every kid in every country watches movies now. There are no kids who are not doing. Every time they go, bucket, this bucket, this big.
Small, big, medium.
Small, large, medium. I didn't want to say those 3 words actually.
Extra large also.
Extra large. So what happened? 67% of Europeans and Americans are obese. So much so, I landed 2 years ago in Texas, Houston airport. The big wall. Welcome. Here everything is big and large. Then I see outside people walking around. 180 kilos, 100 kilos. Where did this come from? This is all that glucose imbalance. The body is trying to stuck it away with cholesterol, aromatic factor, glycogen, fat, this. So now big bellies, women deliver after 9 months. These fellows no delivery. Lifelong no delivery.
Pregnancy.
Now I will go to gym. This fat is pushed here, pushed there. The weight is the same. Because they want to sell whey protein, this protein, that protein. So 60 grams of oil, you take a shake, protein shake. So all this Salman Khan and all show these movies, Bahubali, everyone run around all this. You see, all these activities of these corporates is to make their products run. And we have no clue why these things are happening. I don't know why my son got type 1 diabetes. Actually, we have hundreds of type 1 diabetic patients totally getting rid of their insulin. And now it has been 16 years. We have a group of kids gotten rid of their, now they are at 25, 27. They have had no problem whatsoever as long as they are eating millets, because millets have this wonderful fiber to carbohydrate ratio in single digits. Foxtail millet. The pinnacle looks like foxtail. That's why it's called foxtail millet. It is also known as Italian millet. That means all over Italian Alps and in the valleys, they were growing this and eating. And little millet is the smallest millet. It's called Sama in Uttara Bharat, and Dakshina Bharat we call Samalu, Same, Kannada. So these kinds of grains for their time immemorial. In fact, if you come to Nama Karnataka Bandre, Silabalike we call it, the temple sculptures, you have these in their hands, you see they are all millets, not rice or wheat. So 90% of the food, the staple food was millets. Not only in India, even Colorado, even today they grow brown top millet which has got 12.5% of fiber and 69% of carbohydrate. The FDA, that is the highest apex body of science, writes not for human consumption, bird feed. So all the so-called agriculture university fellows in all countries say, oh, that is bird feed, don't eat. So if you eat actually brown top millet, all your diseases will disappear in 6 months. That's why they don't want you to eat. Foxtail millet, Kodo millet, little millet, barnyard millet, brown top millet, these are called minor millets. Milli means what? Millimeter, milligram.
Very fast.
Actually, it is 1 by 1,000. Anything you divide by 1,000 is called milli. So this grain's size is less than millimeter or nearby millimeter. So it's called major millets, minor millets. If the size of the grain is above millimeter, they are major millets. If it is below, they are minor millets. So these millets are very small. In fact, in India, the olden days, they have one more category, Chudra Dhanya, Truna Dhanya, Chiru Dhanya, Kiru Dhanya. What it means is that the grass all of a sudden grows. You don't know how it came. So Chudra Ganas are doing this trick and you can't see the seed at all. Just the air carries, and that's how meadows are born. Thousands of kilometers. And these are food for birds, for animals, but it is also food for humans. Here is where the problem came. This is what they use. Oh, don't eat that. It is because you see the goats are grazing. You see the cows are grazing. Why do you want to eat that? No. But the cows and the sheep also will graze your rice and paddy if you leave. But now they cannot. They don't, because you are putting fertilizers and chemicals, they are smarter than you. The moment they eat once, they will warn all their tribes, do not go there, including birds all over the world where you grow rice and wheat fields, no birds go there. Not even a single bird. Because they die if they do go there. Because the poisons that you are adding to the soil, into the water, in fact, the soil is depleted of all the microbes and worms. And that's why they can go on selling their fertilizers year after year. Now the Western countries, including Japan and China, started using this per acre, 300 kilo fertilizer and 10% pesticides they have been using in the last 40-50 years. But sadly, India also has joined the group. In the last 20 years, we are now coming to the same levels. In South India, average acre rate, 200 kilos. In Punjab, it is 350. And you're using per acre minimum of 20 kilos. So if you produce 30 quintals, take these 20 kilos, the residues are entering into your body minimum of 18 milligrams. See, you are happily poisoning yourself and your kids. You have best, wonderful alternatives. You can heal all your problems. You can heal the soil. You can regenerate rivers. You can regenerate the underground water table. But no science and scientific organization interested, because there is not a single research university on this planet doing work on millets. And that's what is the. So in 1997, I chose to go back collecting these grains. In fact, I would have seen more than 3,000 to 4,000 farmers who are above 80, 90, 100 years old. Talked to them almost 5 to 8 years. I collected these seeds and started growing myself because no one was growing them. Then I grew in barren lands. Then I used to give money to the farmers to grow and then collect that grain and started feeding amputated the legs. Tomorrow, remove the legs because diabetes and kidney renal failures, then retinopathy, neuropathy, all these complex problems we started feeding. Lo and behold, if you feed 100 patients, 100 patients got well in 3 weeks. Now we have been doing this for the last 30 years. Not even one failure. But what they do, they are all right. After 6 months, they come. Doctor, can I eat normal food? I have been feeding them abnormal food. That's what they are doing. I said, go back to your normal food and get back your HbA1c up and again go to dialysis if you are interested. This is the sad story of people. Even after getting well, they are in the pit. We have given the ladder, pulled them out. No, sir, I want to go back there. Because you are addicted. Kashmiri pulao, Hyderabad biryani. Sir, Zomato, Swiggy order. My wife also doesn't need to cook. Just order in 5 minutes, blink it, tap. So I am telling, please go back to your kitchen and there